Romance of the Three Kingdoms, Chapter 34.
Cao Cao. He's just finished his northern campaign, right? He successfully brought Yuan Shao's forces under his control.
Yep, a major victory.
And then he stumbles upon something, well, pretty unexpected. This bronze sparrow at a spot glowing with golden light. What was the immediate cultural significance of something like that?
Oh, that immediately sets off, like, auspiciousness alarms.
Yeah.
Big time.
Okay.
Shizun Yu, one of Cao Cao's key advisors, he instantly connects it to this ancient legend.
Which one?
The story of Shun's mother dreaming of a jade sparrow just before Shun, the sage king, was born.
Ah, right.
So for people back then, finding a bronze sparrow wasn't just, oh, interesting. It was seen as this profound, super positive omen.
Signaling divine favor for Cao Cao's rule, essentially.
A mandate, almost.
So this lucky sign, it's not just kept quiet, is it? How quickly does Cao Cao act on it, and what kind of grand project does it inspire?
He wastes zero time, like none at all.
Right.
This omen immediately sparks the construction of the bronze sparrow platform, the Tungtai.
Okay, the famous one.
The very one, right on the Zhang River.
Mm.
And this wasn't just, putting up a building. It was monumental. It took about a year.
A whole year, wow.
Yeah, huge resources poured into it. Breaking ground, cutting timber, burning tiles, grinding bricks. The works. It was a massive statement.
A statement about his intent for, like, long-term dominion and showing he's ready to invest big based on this perceived blessing.
Precisely. It's projecting power and legitimacy.
And his son, Cao Zi, seems to play a key role here, too.
He does.
What does his involvement tell us about maybe his relationship with his father and the dynamics within Cao Cao's family?
It's actually a critical insight into Cao Cao's personal life, yeah. Cao Zi steps up with a really intelligent suggestion.
What was it?
Instead of just one platform, build three distinct ones. The main bronze sparrow in the middle, flanked by a jade dragon and a golden phoenix.
Wow.
And connect them with these flying bridges. Really ambitious.
That's quite the vision.
And the sources, they highlight Cao Zi's sensitive and intelligent nature, his skill in writing.
Which apparently made him a favorite.
His father's favorite among the five sons, yes. And if you connect this to the bigger picture, it's not just architecture. It's a window into that brewing succession drama within the Cao family.
Right, which obviously has huge implications down the line.
Absolutely crucial implications.
Okay, so after this huge building project gets underway, Cao Cao heads back to Zusheng, and he brings with him this, truly enormous force.
Yuan Shao's captured army, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers are staggering, 500,000, maybe 600,000 soldiers.
It's incredible. He rewards his officials. He posthumously honors Guo Jia, a key strategist who died earlier.
As in how, yes. And even raises Guo Jia's son, Yi, in his own household.
Yeah.
A significant gesture.
So with all this power consolidated in the north, what's his next strategic thought? Where does he look?
His eyes turn south, specifically towards Liu Biao and Qingzhou.
Makes sense.
But here's where that strategic patience comes in. So Yu, another top advisor, offers some really crucial counsel.
Which is?
Basically, wait half a year, he says, replenish energy, gather strength.
Instead of rushing in.
Right. The thinking was, let's prepare properly and then defeat Liu Biao and Sun Quan potentially in one decisive blow, not piecemeal.
Interesting strategy.
But what's fascinating is Cao actually agrees. He listens.
Really? He wasn't always known for patience.
No, but here he saw the wisdom. He deploys his troops into these military agricultural colonies, the Tunqin.
To farm and train, build up resources.
Exactly. Preparing for the long haul. And just raises that big question, doesn't it? In an age of seemingly nonstop war,
Yeah.
how crucial was that discipline, that strategic patience for achieving long-term dominance?
That's a really powerful point to consider. Okay, let's shift our gaze now away from Cao Cao consolidating up north and see what's happening with Liu Bei. He's basically a guest, right? Enjoying Liu Biao's generous hospitality down in Jingzhou.
Pretty much, yeah. He's respected, but he's still technically under someone else's roof.
What prompts him to finally, move into action? What's the trigger?
Well, this situation presents Liu Bei with, honestly, a perfect opportunity. A chance to show he's not just a guest.
But a real asset.
A formidable military asset, exactly. The immediate catalyst is a rebellion.
Ah, where?
In Jiangxia. These guys, Zhang Wu and Chen Sun, they start plundering the local people. Liu Biao gets quite alarmed.
And Liu Bei.
He immediately volunteers, steps right up to lead the charge.
Okay, seizing the moment. And his generals, they certainly seem to rise to the occasion. How quickly do they handle this?
The speed and skill are seriously impressive. Liu Bei gets 30,000 troops from Liu Biao,
Right.
Zhao Yun rides out, engages Zhang Wu, and defeats him in less than 3 bouts. Super quick.
Wow. And didn't he get something else?
He did. He captures Zhang Wu's horse, described as extremely spirited,
Yeah.
and Liu Bei, who knows his horses,
He spots it immediately.
instantly identifies it as a 1,000-mile horse,
Yeah.
a truly exceptional steed.
Okay. And the other rebel leader, Qin Sun.
Zhang Fei takes care of him, kills him pretty much instantly.
So they pacified Jiang Xie just like that.
Just like that. Remarkable swiftness and efficiency.
Okay, the immediate victory is clear. But what's the deeper strategic takeaway for Liu Bei from this whole campaign?
Well, beyond the win itself, he absolutely solidified his reputation. And he showcased just how formidable his generals were. But this is where we really see his strategic depth emerge.
How so?
After returning to Jingzhou, Liu Bei doesn't just rest on his laurels. He proposes this really shrewd deployment plan for his 3 main generals.
Okay, what was the plan?
He suggests sending Zhang Fei to patrol the southern borders, watching out for South Yu,
Right.
Guan Yu to defend Guzi City, keeping an eye on Zhang Lu and Hanzhong,
Okay.
and Zhao Yun to hold the line at 3 Rivers, basically preparing for any potential moves from Sun Quan in the east.
Wow, that really suggests a deep understanding of the whole region's threats, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And the specific strengths of his own commanders.
It's a clear demonstration of leadership, of foresight, shows he's not just a fighter, but a really capable strategist.
No doubt about it. He's thinking several moves ahead.
Okay, so despite Liu Bei's, impressive military success and strategic thinking, we start to see these subtle political undercurrents bubbling up. Liu Biao's brother-in-law, Cai Mao, he seems worried.
He does. He talks to his sister, Cai Furin, who is Liu Biao's wife.
And what's his specific warning? What's making him anxious about Liu Bei?
Cai Mao's warning is pretty blunt, actually.
Yeah.
He says, look, Liu Bei's top generals are out there deployed, while Liu Bei himself is still here in the heart of Jingzhou.
Yeah.
This will inevitably cause trouble. That's the phrase used.
Trouble how? Like he'll get too popular, too powerful.
Exactly. It highlights that suspicion that even a seemingly loyal, powerful guest could eventually pose a threat to the host's own authority.
Interesting. And it raises that question, right? How much did this kind of personal influence, this suspicion from the inner circle,
Yeah.
how much did it actually shape Liu Biao's really crucial decisions?
It's a central question. And Cai Furin, acting on her brother's warning, takes this concern straight to Liu Biao.
Under the cover of night, apparently.
Yes, a nocturnal plea. She expresses her worry that the people of Jingzhou are getting too close to Liu Bei, coming and going with Liu Bei, is how she puts it.
Implying his influence is growing too strong.
Precisely. And she says there's a clear need to guard against it, subtly hinting it might be better if Liu Bei were somewhere else.
Wow. It just shows how quickly an asset can start looking like a liability when those internal suspicions get stoked.
Regardless of actual loyalty or performance, yeah. It really underscores the power of that private inner circle council in shaping public policy.
So this tension then plays out in this really fascinating sequence involving that horse.
Ah, yes, the Dilu horse.
Yeah.
The one Zhao Yun captured.
Right. Liu Biao admires it. Liu Bei generously gifts it to him. Seems fine. But then Kuo Yu steps in.
Yeah, to Kuo Yu, another advisor. And this is where the cultural fabric of the time becomes absolutely critical.
What does he reveal about this horse? Why is his assessment so crucial?
Kuo Yu immediately identifies it. That's a Dilu horse, he says. He points out its specific features, the tear groove under its eye, the white spot on its forehead. Distinctive marks.
Okay. But what's the big deal?
The big deal is its reputation. This horse, the Dilu, is notorious for riding its master to misfortune. The term used is fangzhu.
It brings bad luck. Or worse.
Worse, it's believed to cause the death of its owner. Kuo Yu even cites Zhang Wu, the rebel they just defeated, saying he died because of this horse.
Whoa. So it's not just superstition. It's seen as, like, proven fact almost.
For them, yes. It highlights just how deep-seated these beliefs in omens and unlucky signs were, influencing even seasoned political advisors like Kuo Yu.
So how does Liu Biao react, faced with this dire warning about his new gift horse? Does he keep it?
His reaction is very telling. After hearing Kuo Yu, he decides, nope, can't keep this horse.
But he doesn't just say it's unlucky, does he?
No, that wouldn't be polite. He returns into Liu Bei, but under this guise, this pretense.
What's the excuse?
He basically says, you know, you're always on campaign. You need a fine horse like this much more than I do.
Smooth. Polite. Almost sounds caring.
but clearly motivated by fear of the horse's reputation. He wants it away from him.
And this whole horse incident, it kind of sets the stage for Liu Bao's next subtle move, doesn't it?
It leads directly into it, yes. A real masterclass in passive-aggressive political maneuvering.
Okay, what does he propose to Liu Bei now? And what's the real message hidden in the offer?
Liu Biao suggests that Liu Bei should move his troops out to Xinye County.
Okay, why there? What's the justification?
The official reason is that if Liu Bei stayed in the capital, Jingzhou City, he'd be neglecting military affairs and getting too comfortable.
Right.
And he points out that Xinye has quite a bit of money and grain, enough to support Liu Bei's forces. It sounds helpful.
But it's not really about helping Liu Bei manage his army, is it?
Not primarily, no. It's not an outright expulsion, nothing confrontational. But it's a clear directive, wrapped up as a helpful suggestion.
Subtly moving a powerful, popular figure out of his immediate sphere of influence.
Exactly. Get him out of the capital, reduce his day-to-day influence without causing an open rift.
And Liu Bei, he presumably sees through this, but he accepts.
He recognizes the subtle pressure, yes. He accepts the posting and departs for Xinye. Liu Bei. He's just outside the city gate, seems pretty routine. But then he's stopped by Yi Ji, a guest from Jingzhou, and Yi Ji has this pretty startling warning for him about his horse.
That's right. Yi Ji comes right out and tells Liu Bei his horse, Dilu, is seen as inauspicious. The term is Feng Zuhi, meaning it's believed to harm its master. It's a fantastic moment, you know, where superstition meets this very practical, almost philosophical outlook.
And Liu Bei's response is just so telling, isn't it? How does he react to this kind of, well, ominous warning?
He pretty much dismisses it, but not casually. He says something profound. Life and death are fated for all humans. How can a horse hinder it? And this shows his stoicism, his view on destiny, but also, interestingly, his sense of personal agency within that fate. It's key to his character. And Yi Ji is clearly impressed. It sort of cements the relationship right there.
Okay, so that's a dramatic start.
Yeah.
But let's maybe zoom in on Liu Bei's life just before this meeting. What was going on while he was based in Xinye?
Right.
What was the feeling towards him there?
Right. Well, arriving in Xinye, Liu Bei actually, he gained favor pretty quickly. Both the military and the civilians seemed to take to him. He improved the governance, kind of cleaned things up, and people generally approved. It was a period of, you know, stability for him.
And personally, was anything significant happening on that front amidst all the political stuff?
Yes, actually. In the spring of Jian 12, that's 207 CE, his wife, Lady Gan, gave birth to their son, Liu Shan, often known by his childhood name, Adu. And the sources even mention auspicious signs, like a white crane landing on the roof, crying out over 40 times a strange fragrance at the birth.
Wow.
And Lady Gan had apparently dreamt of swallowing the Big Dipper. So yeah, seen as signs of a special destiny for the boy.
So things are definitely looking up for Liu Bei, for a bit anyway. But this is the Three Kingdoms calm doesn't usually last long. He heads off to Jingzhou to see Liu Biao. And he has a plan, right? A strategic proposal.
He does. It's quite bold, actually. He points out that Cao Cao's main forces are way up north, leaving Zhu Cheng potentially vulnerable. So he suggests Liu Biao use his considerable forces in Jingzhou to launch a surprise attack. It could have been a game changer.
A decisive move.
Yeah.
And Liu Biao ruling 9 commanderies, I mean, he has the power. What's his reaction? Does he jump at it?
He hesitates, big time. He basically says, look, I'm content ruling these 9 commandery. Why should I seek more?
Oh.
Yeah. It reveals this cautiousness, maybe even complacency in him. Liu Bei sees it's a non-starter and just falls silent.
And it's later, during drinks, that we get the first real hint of
Yeah.
something else brewing, right? Trouble behind the scenes.
Exactly. Liu Biao lets out a sigh, mentions a matter of heart he finds hard to talk about, and right then, his wife, Lady Kai Kai Furen, appears. And she stands behind a screen, listening.
Eavesdropping.
Clearly. And Liu Biao just clams up immediately, which tells you everything about her influence and maybe his fear of her.
Okay, fast forward to winter that same year. Cao Cao's back nearby. Liu Biao's feeling the heat now. Summons Liu Bei again. He even says he regrets not taking Liu Bei's advice earlier, but it's his personal problem that really drives the plot here. What's eating at him?
It's succession. Classic problem. His late wife, Lady Chen, had the elder son, Liu Qi. Virtuous, but seen as maybe too weak to lead. His current wife, Lady Tai, has the younger son, Xiao Zicheng, who's considered pretty clever. So Liu Biao is torn. Tradition says support the elder Liu Qi. But he also wants to maybe install the younger son, partly because he's afraid of Lady Kai's powerful family if he doesn't.
A real dilemma. And what advice does Liu Bei give him in this very, very tricky situation?
Liu Bei sticks to tradition. Very clear advice. From ancient times, setting aside the elder for the younger leads to chaos. Simple as that. He suggests if Liu Biao's worried about the Cai family's power, he should, gradually reduce it. Don't just give in by making the younger son heir.
Sound advice, traditionally speaking.
Very. But maybe not politically savvy in that specific court.
This is where Lady Kai listening in becomes absolutely critical, right? She's still there, behind the screen.
Precisely. She's made a habit of this, apparently. She already distrusts Liu Bei, so she hears him advising her husband against her family's interests, against her son. And her heart just fills with hatred for Liu Bei. This is it. This is the moment her animosity really crystallizes. It becomes dangerous.
Liu Bei senses he's said the wrong thing. The text calls it a yushi, a slip of the tongue. He makes his excuses.
Yeah.
And then comes one of the most famous, most human moments in the whole story. He goes off alone, and what's the...
He goes to the latrine, and he happens to look down at his own thighs, and he just starts weeping. It's this incredibly raw moment of introspection.
Liu Biao notices the tears when he comes back, asks him why he's sad, and Liu Bei's explanation, this thigh-fat lament.
Yeah.
What does it really tell us?
He explains, he used to always be writing, always active, so his thighs were lean, strong. But now he's been inactive for so long, just waiting, that fat has grown there. And he cries out, "Days and months pass, old age approaches, and I have achieved no great deeds. This is why I am sad." It's the Bülow Fusheng. It's just so powerful. It's not vanity.
Right.
It's pure frustration. His ambition is burning, but he lacks a base, lacks opportunity, and he feels time just slipping away. It's incredibly relatable, isn't it?
Absolutely. That feeling of potential unfulfilled.
Exactly. It makes him so much more than just a legendary hero.
That's so true. Liu Biao, trying to be comforting, then brings up that famous story, Liu Bei and Cao Cao discussing heroes.
Right. The King Mei, Xinjing Lun Yangsheng, discussing heroes over green plums and warmed wine. Liu Biao reminds him how Cao Cao supposedly dismissed everyone else but declared, "The only heroes in the world are you and I," putting Liu Bei right up there with himself.
So Liu Biao is trying to say, see, you're destined for greatness, why worry? But Liu Bei, maybe the wine, maybe the compliment, he says something pretty risky next, doesn't he?
He really does. He kind of gets caught up in it and blurts out, "If I had a base, the common people of the world would truly not be worth worrying about."
Oof. Bold, maybe arrogant.
Extremely bold. It sounds like he's saying, "Give me power, and everyone else is insignificant." And Liu Biao just goes silent again. You can feel the chill. He's clearly offended or maybe threatened now by this naked ambition.
And Liu Bei realizes instantly.
Instantly. Another Yushi. He quickly pretends to be drunk and asks to retire. A classic move.
But the damage might be done. Those words, even if meant drunkenly, clearly land badly with Liu Biao. Even though he's silent, what's going through his mind, do you think?
Well, despite the silence, you have to assume there's this deep unease now. He's probably thinking, maybe Lady Kai was right. He interprets those words as a slight, definitely, but also maybe confirmation of Liu Bei's ambition to take Jingzhou from him eventually. Suspicion is definitely fueled.
And that suspicion is exactly the opening Lady Kai needs. She's been listening to all of this, right? What does she say to Liu Biao now?
Oh, she confronts him immediately, basically says, "See? I told you, he looks down on you. He wants Jingzhou." She insists Liu Bei must be eliminated now. To prevent future trouble, she's twisting everything to fit her narrative.
And Liu Biao's response to her demand for assassination.
He just shakes his head, still reluctant, still hesitant about such a drastic, perhaps dishonorable step. Killing a guest? That's a big deal.
But Lady Kai isn't letting his hesitation stop her this time, is she? What's her next move? How fast does this conspiracy escalate?
No, she's done waiting. She goes straight around him, secretly summons her brother, Cai Mao, who has the military muscle. And Cai Mao, no hesitation there. His solution is immediate and brutal. Kill Liu Bei at the guest house tonight, then tell Liu Biao.
Just like that.
Just like that. Lady Kai agrees instantly. Cai Mao orders the troops mobilized that very night. It's a full-blown assassination plot, suddenly sprung from whispers, suspicion, ambition, and maybe a few careless words.
Liu Bei. He's in a guest house. It's late at night. Everything seems quiet, maybe too quiet.
Deceptively quiet, perhaps.
And then, bam, a knock on the door.
Yeah, this is where Yi Ji shows up. Middle of the night, urgent warning.
What's the warning?
He tells Liu Bei flat out, "Cai Mao is planning to harm you. Get out now."
And Liu Bei, he hesitates at this, right?
Yeah.
Wants to say goodbye properly to Liu Biao.
He does, yeah, the politeness thing. But Yi Ji's like, no time. You need to leave for Xinye immediately.
Wow. So the speed of it all, the potential betrayal, the escape, it's intense.
Exactly. Liu Bei doesn't wait around. He and his guys, they just get on their horses and bolt under cover of darkness. Shows you how real the threat felt.
And just as well, because Cai Mao turns up with troops.
And Liu Bei's gone, vanished.
Cai Mao must have been furious.
Oh, yeah. And petty, too. He actually writes this rebellious poem on the wall.
To frame Liu Bei.
Precisely. Then he tries to sell it to Liu Biao, saying, look, Liu Bei wrote this. He fled because he's a traitor.
What did the poem say again? Something about a dragon.
That's the one. Years I've kept to Kun, that's Kun, meaning like distress or being trapped in vain, facing old mountains and rivers. How can a dragon stay in a pond? It seeks to ascend to heaven on thunder.
Pretty damning if you believe he wrote it.
Right. But here's where it gets interesting. Liu Biao's reaction.
Okay, tell me.
Initially, pure rage. He draws his sword, ready to swear vengeance. Yeah. You think, okay, Cai Mao succeeded. But then he stops. He actually thinks, he says, basically, hang on, I've never known Liu Bei to write poetry. He suspects something's up.
Huh? Smart.
Very. He physically scrapes the poem off the wall with his sword, throws the sword down, gets on his horse.
And Cai Mao's pushing him. Let's go after him now.
Yeah, but Liu Biao refuses. He says something like, it's not appropriate to act hastily, allow time to plan it slowly.
That shows some real discernment. And maybe, deep down, he still trusts Liu Bei, despite Cai Mao whispering in his ear.
I think so. It shows he's not easily manipulated. He pauses, considers the source, the context. It's a sign of good leadership, really, not rushing into things based on flimsy evidence pushed by someone with an obvious agenda.
Okay, so fast forward. Liu Bei's back in Xinye. He knows he messed up, spoke too freely before, invited trouble.
But he keeps it quiet from his men, right? Doesn't want to cause panic, maybe.
Exactly. And then guess what? A messenger arrives.
Oh, no.
Yep, an invitation to Xiangyang from Liu Biao.
After that escape, after the poem incident, that's suspicious.
Extremely. So how do you respond to that? What did his advisors say? This must have sparked some debate.
Oh, absolutely. A real range of opinions. You've got Sun Qian, who's immediately like, nope, bad idea.
The cautious one.
Right. He reminds Liu Bei how he just fled in a hurry, says it smells like a trap, foul play.
Makes sense.
Who else? Then there's Guan Yu. Surprisingly, he says, go.
Really?
He figures Liu Biao probably doesn't hold a grudge, and refusing the invitation would just make things worse, look more suspicious. It's about maintaining face, keeping the alliance intact, maybe.
Interesting contrast. And Zhang Fei, he's usually pretty direct.
Yeah, Zhang Fei's warning is classic Zhang Fei. He basically says, bad banquets, bad meetings, don't go. You know that famous line, Yan wu, yan hu, yi bu, hui bu, shiku. If it feels wrong, it probably is. Gut feeling.
So caution, diplomacy, gut feeling.
Yeah.
What else?
Zhao Yun offers the practical solution. He says, okay, if you go, I'm coming with you. And I'm bringing 300 soldiers, horse and foot. Security detail.
A pragmatic approach. So what does Liu Bei decide?
He decides to go, takes Zhao Yun and the soldiers.
Wow. Why? Trust in Zhao Yun? Or worried about offending Liu Biao more?
Probably a bit of both. Trust in Zhao Yun's ability to protect him, for sure. But also, yeah, maybe not wanting to confirm Cai Mao's accusations by acting scared or guilty. It's a calculated risk.
Okay, so they arrive in Xiangyang. What's the reception like? Is it frosty?
Surprisingly, no. Cai Mao himself greets Liu Bei with, extreme humility. Very polite.
Seriously, after trying to kill him.
Yep. And Liu Biao's two sons, Liu Qi and Liu Kang, they're there too, welcoming him with all the officials.
And Liu Bei sees the sons.
And he lets his guard down a bit, thinks, okay, maybe it's fine, the kids are here.
Oh, dangerous assumption.
Very. But you see the contrast immediately, because Zhao Yun, he stays fully armored, sword ready, right by Liu Bei's side. He's not buying the friendly welcome.
That's silent vigilance. It speaks volumes, doesn't it?
It really does. A visual cue that danger is still lurking, despite the smiles.
Meanwhile, Cai Mao isn't just playing host, is he?
Not a chance. He pulls Kuai Yu aside, spills the beans.
The real plan.
The real plan. Eliminate Liu Bei during the assembly. Get rid of him for good.
And he calls Liu Bei, what was that phrase, hero of his age?
Yeah, cheesy jock song, which sounds like praise, but it carries this undertone of, well, ruthless ambition. A dangerous power player. Cai Mao sees him as a future threat that needs to be neutralized.
So it's strategic, not just personal hatred.
Exactly. And Kuai Yu, he's a bit hesitant at first, worried about what people will think, public opinion.
But Cai Mao claims...
He claims he's got Liu Biao's secret okay for the whole thing.
Which, again, who knows if that's true? It really paints Cai Mao as manipulative, using his lord's name.
Absolutely. It casts doubt on Liu Biao's actual position. Is he complicit, or is Cai Mao just using him?
And the plan itself. It's pretty detailed, isn't
Bro, meticulously. Cai Mao lays out the whole ambush. Specific gates, specific people.
it? His brother, Cai, he guards the east gate.
Cai Zong at the south gate, Cai Sun at the north, all exits covered.
Except one, the west gate.
Right, and that's the clever or maybe sinister part. They leave it unguarded. Why?
Because of the river.
Yeah.
Tan Creek.
Exactly. Tan Creek, described as this major natural barrier, supposedly impassable even for a huge army. So it looks like an escape route, but it's actually a dead end, a natural trap.
Wow, that's cold. So the plan is set, the exits are covered, or seemingly lead nowhere. But there's one problem.
The Zhao Yun problem.
How do you get Liu Bei alone when his super bodyguard won't leave his side?
Kuai Yu points it out. Zhao Yun's presence is the main obstacle, so they need a distraction.
A ruse.
A clever one. They decide Wen Pin and Wang Wei will host a separate party. Just for the military guys? In an outer hall.
To lure Zhao Yun away.
Precisely. Draw Zhao Yun away from Liu Bei, isolate the target, and then, well, make their move.
It just shows how formidable Zhao Yun was, that they needed a whole side plot just to deal with him.
And Liu Bei shows up on his horse, Dilu. But the horse gets immediately taken away, right? Stabled in the back garden.
Exactly. And those 300 soldiers he brought with him.
Sent off somewhere else.
Yep, backed off to a guest house. Purposefully done to leave Liu Bei totally isolated.
So Cai Mao's plan is pretty sinister. Wait until Liu Bei is, the text says, half drunk, and then attack.
And he's blocked the exits.
It just begs the question, doesn't it? How does trust even work in an environment like that, so politically charged?
Well, that's it. It shows you just how unstable things were. Alliances were incredibly fragile during the Three Kingdoms period.
Yeah.
Liu Bei, even with his reputation, walks right into this. A simple dinner invitation masking, deadly intent.
It's amazing he wasn't more suspicious.
Well, it speaks to the constant threat, I think. You had to navigate this world where betrayal could be anywhere. Loyalty was slippery.
So how does he figure it out? How does he get warned? Because things shift pretty fast here.
Right. Amidst all the noise and fake celebration, there's this subtle moment. A whispered warning.
Oh, okay.
During the third round of drinks, this guy, Yi Ji, comes up to Liu Bei, serving cup in hand. He catches Liu Bei's eye, leans in, and just quietly says, "Change clothes."
Which is a code.
Exactly.
Yep.
A prearranged signal they had for serious danger. Liu Bei gets it instantly.
So he makes an excuse?
Yep. Says he needs the latrine. Classic move. Yi Ji follows him quickly, meets him out in the back garden.
And confirms the plot?
Confirms Cai Mao's plan, warns him again. 3 gates blocked. Only the west is open. Go now.
Wow. Yo, you're just quick thinking. It's not just a lucky break, is it?
No, I think it tells you something deeper about that time,
Right.
about the tangled web of loyalties, personal connections, maybe a shared sense of what's right.
Okay.
Sometimes that cut across the big political divides.
So Liu Bei's character might have inspired that kind of loyalty, even in someone close to his enemy.
It certainly suggests that. He was known for being benevolent, right? So maybe earning trust in unexpected places was part of how he survived. It makes you think how individual character could, subtly influence things.
That's a really interesting angle on Niji. Were these coded phrases like change clothes a common thing then? A standard way to pass warnings?
It's hard to say if it was standard, but discreet communication was absolutely essential. In a world of plots and eavesdroppers, you needed ways to signal danger without being obvious.
Makes sense. Okay, so Liu Bei's been warned. He knows the plan. He's got to get out fast.
And he doesn't hesitate. Straight to the back garden where Dilu, his horse, is tied up.
Unties him, jumps on.
Leaps onto its back and just bolts for the west gate. Doesn't even stop for the gatekeeper who's shouting after him.
The gatekeeper must have known something was wrong.
Oh, yeah. He couldn't stop Liu Bei, so he runs straight to Cai Mao.
And Cai Mao realizes the plan's blown.
Instantly mobilizes 500 troops to chase him down.
So Liu Bei's riding hard, alone now, trying to put distance between him and the pursuit.
Right, he rides for that's what, a few kilometers, maybe a couple of miles.
Something like that. But then he hits another wall. Almost literally.
Exactly. His path is blocked by the Tan Creek.
Yeah.
And it's described as huge.
How wide?
Several zhang wide, the text says. That's maybe 10 meters, 30 feet or so. And the current is strong. It connects to the Shangjiang River, a major river. It looks completely impassable.
From hidden danger inside the city to this massive natural barrier outside.
It's such a dramatic shift, isn't it? From that, like, tense social intrigue, the whispered warnings,
Yeah.
to just raw, desperate flight. It really ramps up the tension. Perfectly sets the stage for the climax.
Because he's trapped now. Cai Mao's army behind him, this raging creek in front.
Total isolation. The odds seem impossible. It pushes him right to the edge.
And you can feel his desperation. He thinks it's over. Cai Mao's closing in. Death seems certain. But then, the story takes this incredible turn. Something extraordinary.
This is the core of the legend.
In just sheer desperation, right? Liu Bei forces Di Lu into the water, into the creek.
And disaster seems to strike again. The horse's front legs just sink. Liu Bei's robes are soaked.
And he cries out, doesn't he? Something like, Di Lu, today you're gonna kill me.
Yeah, today you will harm me. Which was so ironic because Di Lu was supposed to be this unlucky horse anyway. People believed it brought misfortune.
Right. The horse that was supposed to be bad luck.
And in that exact moment, the horse just surges, explodes out of the water.
And leaps. How far does it say?
An incredible 3 zhang. Again, that's nearly 10 meters, a huge distance. Lands him safely on the west bank.
Wow.
Liu Bei says it felt like he was rising from clouds. Just this sense of impossible deliverance.
So the big question hangs there, doesn't it? Was it just luck? Was Di Lu just an amazing horse?
Or was it something more? Like Cai Mao wonders later what kind of divine aid was that. And the novel, Romance of the Three Kingdoms, it leans into that ambiguity. It blends the historical possibility with this touch of the miraculous. That's what makes it legendary. It elevates Liu Bei. He's not just clever or lucky. Maybe he's favored by destiny, by heaven.
And leaving it open like that lets the story resonate more, maybe?
Absolutely. It becomes more than just an escape. It becomes myth. You, the reader or listener, get to ponder the how and why.
And the impact was huge. This moment, this leap, it sticks in the cultural memory.
Well, massively. So much so that centuries later, this famous scholar, Su Suishi.
Su Dongpo, right.
That's the one. He writes this powerful poem specifically about this incident, about leaping the Tan Creek.
What does the poem focus on?
Well, it reflects on how fleeting life and power are. It talks about the dragon and tiger fight, you know, the whole struggle for control in the Three Kingdoms era.
And the eventual split of the empire.
Right, the three-way division. But it also paints this vivid picture of the leap itself. Lines like horse hooves breaking green glass, evoking the water surface maybe, and twin dragons flying in the waves really captures the energy.
Powerful imagery.
And then it ends with this poignant question. Tan Creek water flows east, but where are the hero and his horse now? That sense of time passing, legends fading, but the story remaining.
Wow, that really shows how significant this moment became, doesn't it? It's not just history, it's foundational.
Exactly. It shaped how people thought about heroism, about destiny, for literally generations. The fact that a major intellectual like Su Suishi felt compelled to write about this escape centuries later tells you everything about his power.
Okay, so Liu Bei makes it. He's safe for now on the far bank.
Yeah.
What about Cai Mao? He must be furious and confused.
Oh, definitely. He and his troops get to the creek bank. And Cai Mao actually shouts across, pretending innocence.
Seriously, like, hey, why'd you run off from the party?
Pretty much. But Liu Bei sees right through it. He calls Cai Mao out, accuses him of treachery.
Does Cai Mao admit it?
No, he denies it. But then Liu Bei spots him reaching for his bow and arrow.
Ah, time to go.
Right. Liu Bei quickly rides off southwest. Cai Mao is just left there, staring across the creek, completely baffled. He mutters that line. What kind of divine aid was that?
He just can't believe the horse made the jump.
He can't process it. But just as he's thinking about heading back to the city, guess who shows up?
Don't tell me. Zhao Yun.
Bingo. Zhao Yun, Liu Bei's super loyal general, appears with 300 troops. He'd come out the west gate too, figured out something was wrong, and now he's chasing Cai Mao.
The tables turn just like that.
Instantly. It's brilliant storytelling, really.